गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स, हैप्पी रिपब्लिक डे। तो आज शुरू करते हैं हम लोग अपना डे 7 ऑफ लर्निंग आर। सो आज हम लोग देखेंगे चार्ट्स एंड ग्राफ्स, हाउ यू कैन प्लॉट चार्ट्स, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ चार्ट्स एंड ग्राफ्स इन आर यूजिंग डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फंक्शनैलिटी एंड डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम्स एंड डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पैकेजेस। ऑलराइट, चलो शुरू करते हैं। अभी तक हम लोग क्या कर रहे थे, एज यू ऑलरेडी नो, हम लोगों ने एक आयरिस डेटा सेट को कॉल किया हुआ है। अब तक उसको एक हमने डेटा सेट के वेरिएबल में डाला हुआ है। अब हम उसी के बेसिस पे हम लोग कुछ ग्राफ्स प्लॉट करके देखेंगे, वॉट एवर द डेटा इज प्रेजेंट इन दिस आइरिस। फॉर जस्ट स्लाइट रिवीजन, जस्ट let me see what all are the data available in this iris database. So as you can see here, when you put the names, this is the command that it will give all the column names of whatever data set you are using. So you have sepal length, sepal width, petal width, and species. So let's try to plot a graph, or let's try to plot a histogram. So hist is a function that is by default is set for creating histograms in R. So let's take one of the columns in iris, and the name in the pattern of selecting a column is you give a dollar sign. You give a dollar sign, and then you can getting the name of the columns that are present in the iris database. So इसमें से आप कोई भी select कर सकते हैं. Let's select sepal length, and then if we try to run it, then here you are getting a histogram. So this is a histogram between the frequency and the sepal length, whatever data was present in sepal length. For approximately there were 150 entries. So this is the histogram that you are getting after running this command in R. What else can you do in this? Let's try if you can. As you can see here, these are whether you can play with your x-axis or increase or decrease the length of x-axis. Let's try to do that. Hist, and then iris, and then dollar, and then sepal length, and then there is a function of break is equal to 25. So break is basically you are bifurcating, आप x axis की जो breaks हैं ये आप बढ़ा रहे हो 4 5 की जगह। अब आपका नंबर ऑफ जो 1 2 3 होता है, इसमें जब 4 5 से शुरू हो रहा है तो इसमें यू आर ट्राई टू इंक्रीज देम. So let's see how it's work. Okay, it is giving some error. So let's try to see what is that error. Let's first see what is that function, or is there anything syntactical error in here. Hist. Yeah. Mm. So here you are getting सी, ये तो आपका वेरिएबल होगा जो whatever जो आपको वैल्यू पुट करनी है. दिस इज अ ब्रेक, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फंक्शनलिटी है आपके इसमें. आपका क्या 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 यूज कर सकते हैं इसमें, आप पूरे ग्राफ के साथ प्ले कर सकते हैं. सो ब्रेक इज व्हाट स्टर्जेस, एंड ब्रेक्स को देखते हैं क्या करते हैं. इट इज वन ऑफ द a vector giving the breakpoints between the histogram cell, a function to compute the vector of a breakpoint, a single number giving the number of a cell for the histogram. तो मतलब आपके जो सेल बनेंगे हिस्टोग्राम में, जो बार्स बन रही हैं, वो नंबर डिसाइड करता है कि ये कितने नंबर्स उसमें आपके आने चाहिए. कैरेक्टर स्ट्रिंग नेमिंग एन एल्गोरिथम टू कंप्यूट द नंबर ऑफ सेल, ये भी कर सकते हैं. फंक्शन टू कंप्यूट द नंबर ऑफ सेल. अब इसके फंक्शनैलिटी पे ओके, हमें इन्वर्टेड कॉमा यूज करके देखते हैं. इससे तो होना नहीं चाहिए बिकॉज इट इज अ नंबर. Alright, the error I think is we are using break. So yeah, it is break. So let's try to run this now. Yeah, so as you can see here, the number of ये जो आपके bars हैं इसमें they have increased. So this is one of the functionality of our R. और क्या कर सकते हैं, now we try to change the label of your x-axis or y-axis. Let's try to do that. Let's change the label of x-axis or y-axis. Alright, so again you have typed the function hist, and then you will type iris, whatever the data set you are using. Then you will put the dollar sign, then you will put the sepal length, because sepal length, and then you put another function breaks equals 25, then again this is the function x lab, so it is the label for x axis. So now here you want to put whatever you want to put on x axis. Let's suppose we are putting here as sepal length. It has nothing to do with the other function, so sepal length, it should be under inverted commas. Alright, and then you're using main. Main is a function for which defines the access, the title of your total histogram. So it is also giving the main title and access label. These arguments to title get smart defaults. Example, the default value. It is basically main. जो आपका graph का जो main heading होगा, that is defined under main. So let's put it as sepal length frequency. Sepal length frequency. Close the bracket. Then let's try to run it. Okay, there is an error in iris is sepal length is lab x lab sepal length. Right, there is a वो छोटा capital में लिखना था sepal, so it is now sepal length. Now let's try to see. Again there is an error. Okay, so I have fixed the error. There was some capital or small case or small case or capital case का issue था. So just keep in mind कि आपका R है, it is very sensitive to your case. का case क्या है आपका? It is a capital letter or a small letter. It is very case sensitive. R is very case sensitive. So let's try to run this. And here, after running, you are getting this sepal frequency. As you have defined here, the main heading of your graph should be sepal frequency, and then x का heading आपने decide किया था sepal width, and then it is the same. Y axis का अगर आप define करना चाहते हैं तो you can also add y axis here. Again put a comment for y axis, and then you just have to copy and paste this whole command and just add here your y lab equals your sepal length. And let's try to run this. If this is okay, put a comma here. Yes, it is okay. And as you can see here, this is your sepal width, sepal frequency, and sepal length. So whatever heading or name you want to change, you can do that. Okay, so now this is the first of the histogram. Now let's move towards other complex type of graphs. One of them is dot plot. So for installing or for making a plot, there is a command known as plot. So plot, if you can see, it is generic x and y plotting. Generic function of plotting are objects, so you just have to define multiple things in this plot. So here you can, what you can give, x and y is equal to null, type p, x limited. These are the various options that you can use while using the plot function. So what we are going to do is we are plotting a dot plot between your sepal length and sepal width, x axis and y axis. So x axis पे हम लोग ले रहे हैं sepal का length और y axis पे ले रहे हैं sepal का width. So the method to call this is iris. You are using the data set which is predefined, and then you are calling one of the columns sepal length, and then this is the operator, tilde operator. Yesterday I also told you tilde operator. This is the operator which creates a graph between x and y axis. Alright, so again we are calling another your data set, and then another column of your data set. Let's sepal width, then sepal width, and then we are defining your x lab or the name of the x-axis. You can call it whatever you want to call it. X lab is equal to your sepal length, and then y lab equals your sepal width. All right, and then let's try to run this. If this is working fine. Yes, this is working fine, and there is your histogram for on x-axis आपने sepal length लिया है, y-axis आपने sepal width लिया है, and if you want to define like the heading of the main graph का जो heading अगर आपको define करना है, you can add again main heading, and you are good to go. Here it is not frequency, it is sepal length versus sepal width. Okay, so here it is how you, this is how you create a dot plot. So plot is a very important function, but as you can see here, but because from the plot data, from dot plot method, you don't have a very good understanding of the result that what you want to उसमें से रिजल्ट में से आपको कुछ एनालिसिस करने की हेल्प नहीं मिलती है. सो वी वांट टू मूव टुवर्ड्स द सम अदर कॉम्प्लेक्स टाइप ऑफ ग्राफ्स. उसको भी आगे हम देखेंगे कौन कौन से कॉम्प्लेक्स टाइप ऑफ ग्राफ्स हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं. बट बिफोर दैट, अगर आपको कुछ और इसमें अगर आपको डॉट प्लॉट में ही अगर आपको थोड़ा और डीप में जाना है कि बेस्ड ऑन द, यहाँ पे तो आपने 5 कॉलम्स थे आपके पास, सेपल लेंथ, विड्थ, पेटल विड्थ एंड स्पीशीज. यहाँ पे आपने सबको इकट्ठा यूज किया है. नाउ इफ यू वांट टू डू इट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ स्पीशीज, कि आपके स्पीशीज के बेसिस पे आपको अलग अलग ग्राफ चाहिए. सो दैट फॉर दैट देयर इज अ स्पेशल विद इन द प्लॉट, देयर इज अ स्पेशल फंक्शन और देयर इज अ स्पेशल प्रोग्राम दैट विच पैकेज basically, or library you can call them. So what you have to do if before that is you have to call that function from library. So and then you have to give the name of the package, and the package name is your lattice. Okay, so this is your package name. Okay, let's try to see this if this is okay. Yes, this is okay. So now you have called the program or the package lattice. Now what is like lattice? Let's try to see it. We'll put the question mark and then lattice here, and then you try to run it, and then you will get a definition or whatever this func package does. So lattice is an add-on package in an implementation of trellis graphics for R. It is a powerful and elegant high-level data visualization system. So basically it is a data visualization tool which helps in plotting the graph, or you can say here like suppose this is lattice. Now अब lattice के basis पे हम लोग ग्राफ प्लॉट करते हैं. Let's plot a graph based on lattice, which is a dot plot. Alright, so we are giving the command dot plot, and then you are giving sepal dot width, and then this tilde function, then sepal dot length, and then this is a vertical operator which is present just above the enter button in your keyboard. Now you want to create a graph between sepal width and sepal length on the basis of species. So the name of the species you have to be specific, because again it is very case sensitive, so everything should be exactly whatever you have defined in your data set. And sepal length, sorry, this is your sepal length, so this should be here. This is your sepal width, so this is here. Fine, so आपने species के basis पे तो बता दिया. And then data, which data you have to use is iris. Now let's try to run this. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, and this is how the graph will look when you're running. When you are plotting a graph between sepal width and sepal length based on the species, so different species के नाम पे आपने अलग अलग डॉट प्लॉट आ गए, बिकॉज आपने देखा होगा हमारे पास तीन इस टाइप की स्पीशीज थी, कल के आप लेक्चर में देखा होगा. वन इज वर्जिनिका, वन इज सेटोसा एंड वन इज वेर्सिकोला. सो उसके बेसिस पे हमने डेटा आयरिस डेटाबेस के बेसिस पे हम लोगों ने तीन स्पीशीज थी, उसके बेसिस पे हम लोगों ने तीन अलग अलग डॉट प्लॉट्स बनाए हैं. ठीक है. So again, if you want to change the name of this sepal width and sepal length, then you can again do your xlab and ylab function. All right. So this is how the dot plot looks, or you can do the same thing with your petal. If you want to use the petal length, they can use the petal width, and then you can species, or you can just copy from here. Alright, now let's try to see how it will look. So based on this petal length and petal width, you are getting the data here. This is how the dot plot will look between petal length and petal width for all the species based on the segregation of these species. Alright, so that's it. I hope you have understood the dot plot method to plot. There are various complex methods also. This is the just first basic graph that we have seen in today's lecture. आगे और भी complex graphs आएंगे, like in the NGS analysis में आपके gene expression analysis में you have different variety of plots. So those will also learn. So let's mark the end of today's lecture. Okay, and just put in the comment box if you have any doubt, and I'll try to solve them. Okay, thank you.